Lieutenant Al Stamp, Dracut Fire Department, Station 3, located on Lakeview Ave, or otherwise known as the Collinsville Fire Station. Yes, that's correct. We're going for question one would be to replace this existing station with a lot on Nashville Road with a new station. Last year we were just over 4,000 calls. Last year, Engine 3, or companies that reside within this station, responded to 1,986 of those calls, so approximately almost half of the entire call volume of the department. It's a very busy district, considering it's a very dense district, high population on this side of town, a lot of high occupancies, a lot of diversity in the type of calls that we respond to in this area. Currently, this station actually only has what we consider a slop sink or a laundry room sink, something you'd have in your workshop. We don't have any gear washing capabilities here, so if we return from a call that we need to decontaminate our gear, we need to take it to another station, most likely headquarters on 488 Pleasant Street. We don't have anything here to do any of it. The biggest thing would be a degree of separation from your living quarters, or what we would consider your cold zones. Any areas of fitness, living quarters, places we obviously eat. You'd want to have some separation between those, and we obviously, at best, we maybe have 12 inches between, to our left here, of our living quarters. As you can see behind me, our turnout gear storage, so when we put our gear away at the end of the shift until the next shift goes and gets hung up in this room, really it should be on completely opposite sides of the building. The other thing is where we are actually decontaminating our equipment and ourselves should be much further away, and also just behind us on the other side of this wall here is the slop sink. So really there's not a good area of separation. Other issues you have within this station here is a lot of our personal effects are stored out on this floor where the apparatus runs, leaves, comes back. We take our gear on and off out here, so there's really no telling what exists out in this area. And again, that should be a lot further away from our living quarters, other than this door right to my left. So obviously the goal here is to create an environment that is a lot healthier, not only for the firefighters here, but also for our families at home. When we go from the call that we just came back from to the next call, obviously being able to have a readiness to be able to get back out the door, quicker turnaround times to decontaminate, get back into our gear. Every firefighter is issued 2 sets of turnout gear, so if we do have a fire, you do have another set of gear. The challenge here is we don't have room for every firefighter to keep their gear here. You have 3 firefighters per shift in Station 3. You've got 4 units operating, so that's 12 sets of gear. We can't have 24 sets of gear here, so they usually store it off-site here, so there's a retrieval time. So that's something that we definitely want to be able to improve upon. 1, for our service to the public, 2, for our well-being of our members and to their families. Obviously, pulling out of the station, anybody who's driven by here, most people think it's an extension of the hardware store or a garage. People that are not familiar with the area, when we're pulling out and the nose of this truck is coming out, for us to fully exit this building, the cab of the truck needs to approach the entire lane to get out into Lakeview Avenue. So by doing that, we enter the lane. We also have to wait to close our door behind us. So it puts us all, not only ourselves pulling out there, but also the general public pulling out there, in a bit of a situation every time we do pull out of here. Returning from calls, obviously the same reverse scenario needs to take place. We need to back into our quarters, and that also entails the truck re-entering the street, getting the attention of traffic, backing into the station. With the new proposed station, you're going to be dealing with the drive-through station that rids us from potential backing accidents, putting us out on the roadways, really doing away with a lot of those safety challenges that we have currently. This building has served its time, it's served it well to get the amount of time that we've gotten out of it. It's been obviously a great success to the town financially. The unfortunate thing is we're to a point with this building where we're continuing to have to repair a lot of things, put a lot of band-aids on this current building, from water problems to heating issues to just the overall structure here. They've put a roof on in recent years, And then again, we're continuing every time we replace an apparatus, where this is a newer apparatus, we have to really customize each apparatus to fit in this station. So it's just, it's a constant challenge to continue to stay in this building. Other things that are of big concern are we don't have room for ice rescue, water rescue equipment. Two of our major bodies of water on this side of town in Lake Muscuppick and Long Pond. Not having that equipment here severely hampers our responses, other than putting gentlemen in ladies in a wetsuit and throwing them out there with a rope until Station 1 gets here with a boat is really our best response right now. So ideally, we'd like to have a structure of size that we can have a boat, have the equipment we need, and be able to respond to these two large bodies of water.
The No Fate channel is dedicated to providing you with ideas on how to improve your community at home, your community in your neighborhood, and your community in your town. I'll also be giving you insight into this dad's tricks, trips, and tribulations.